today I'm going to be doing another book haul. So this is part 2 of my cumulative book haul that I posted a couple weeks ago. And this time I'm featuring books that I've gotten at previous festivals, exclusively the Festival of Books and Yallwest. So you may be thinking, wait, you went to Yallwest? Where were your videos? Actually, I did not go to Yallwest, but my friends went to Yallwest and they were so kind and amazing and they got me books at Yallwest and I'm forever grateful. But anyways, let's get into the haul. So first I'm gonna start with all of the books that I got at the LA Times Festival of Books. So the first book I got is Windfall by Jennifer E. Smith. I got an ARC and I've already read this and I loved it, but I was just so thrilled to get this book. I did not expect to get it. I'm subscribed to First in Line and I went to their booth and they were like, oh, you're a subscriber, here's Windfall. I'm like, I was so excited because I really wanted to read Windfall. I ended up not reading it before it came out anyway. The next book I got, also at the same booth, was One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. This has been preached as Pretty Little Liars meets The Breakfast Club, and I also got an ARC, but I literally got this like a week before it came out, and I still have not read this. I don't know if I want to read this book. I don't know. If you've read this book and you loved it, comment down below and convince me to read this book. But I was so thrilled to get another ARC because I just think ARCs are just the coolest thing ever, and I'm so jealous of people who have so many ARCs. So anytime I get an ARC, I get so excited. So I'm happy to have this one. Even if I never read it, it's just gonna be like a nice addition to my bookshelf. The next ARC I got is Genuine Fraud by Lockhart. So this ARC is really nice. Like the cover is like pretty thick and it just feels nice. I don't know what this is about, but it's by the same author of We Were Liars. I have not read We Were Liars, but I've heard great things about it. And the thing that really intrigued me about this is there's a letter by the author in the first page, or by the editor. I can't remember, but like anyways, there's a letter in here and it talks about like some of the inspiration behind this book. And one of the inspiration was Victorian era orphan stories. And I'm a huge history buff, and the Victorian era is like one of my favorite historical time periods. So I'm sold. It's super short too. So I definitely want to check this book out and see how it is. It comes out in September, so I definitely have some time to read it. The next book I got also at the same booth was Little Monsters by Kara Thomas. So this is the author of The Darkest Corners. I also don't really know what this book is about, and I think it's already out. It says July. I'm not sure when this is coming out. July 25th. This one also has a letter but from the editor, and the last line just like really hooked me. It says, Little Monsters is dark and it's fun. It's a lesson that you should never underestimate girls because pretty smiles are known to hide dangerous games. And that just sounds so cool. So we'll see. I got this way in advance and I still haven't read it. The next ARC, I have no idea why I got it. Garden of Small Beginnings by Abbi Waxman. So this is already out, and this is an adult novel about this woman who like loses her husband and she has to like deal with life and like rebuild her life. She has kids, and I'm just like, why would I get this? Why would I want to read adult books? Just why? I don't know. I was just like walking through the booths at the Festival of Books, and I was walking by the bookstore booths, and one of the booths was yelling The Ripped Bodice. They were yelling, their free book, and we have the author in our booth. So I was like, okay. And then I went there and they were giving this ARC out, and then the author was there and she signed it. I'm just like, why did I get this book? I'll probably never read it because I don't even read adult. I had to read the first chapter of this book, and the woman is like dropping her kids off at school, and I'm just like, can't relate. Sorry, I don't have kids and I don't want to read this. I don't know. I mean, the cover's really pretty. Yeah, honestly, I have no idea why I got this book, but at least the cover's pretty, right? And the last book I got at the Festival of Books was Once and For All by Sarah Dessen. Also an ARC. Isn't this book so beautiful? I was like so freaking happy that I got this book. And I already read it. I buddy read it with one of my best friends, and it was really good. I mean, I've definitely read better contemporaries, and the thing about this story is that it has alternating chapters told in 2 different timelines, and I really liked the past timeline better than the present timeline, but I still really like this book. It was an enjoyable read, and if you're looking for a summer contemporary to know more about the wedding business, definitely check this one out, because I learned so much about like how people like plan a wedding and all of the things that could go wrong, because the main character, her mom has a wedding industry and she does weddings for a living, and you would just see so many different weddings in this book. And it was just so interesting to see all of those weddings, because you never really think about it until you actually plan a wedding. I'm not married, but until you actually plan a wedding, there's so many things that go into it that you don't even think about. And so it was really interesting getting that insight into weddings. Now moving on to the books I got at Yallwest. Well, I didn't get them. My friend got them for me. But anyways, the first book I got was Windfall by Rishi by Sandhya. Oh my god! Oh my god! I literally screamed when my friend told me she got this book and she got it signed. I was literally like jumping up and down screaming. I'm not even kidding. Just Windfall Rishi is my most anticipated release, and I was so freaking excited about it. And when I found out they were giving out ARCs and she was signing them at Yallwest, I wanted to cry because I wanted it so badly. And my friend got me a copy and I was just like still squealing. I mean, I'm currently reading this book, buddy reading it with a friend, and it's amazing and I love it. It's just everything I wanted, and I'm just so happy about this book. So thank you so much to my friend for getting me this book. I love you forever, and just I'm so happy. I will forever be screaming about this. I think I need to say what this book is about. It's pretty much been all over Booktube, and I'm so happy for that. And the last book of this haul, my other friend got me at Yallwest, and that is Dear Martin by Nick Stone. Oh my god, I've also already read this book, and it's one of my favorite books of all time. I love it so much. I'm so grateful for my friend getting it to me, because this book means a lot to me. It comes out in October, so mark your calendars and go get yourself a copy, because this book is amazing and you need to read it. It follows a black teen named Justice McAllister. One night he gets arrested by a white cop for doing absolutely nothing, and he starts this social experiment where he starts writing letters to Martin Luther King Jr., examining his teachings with his life. And it's just so incredible. I mentioned this in my May favorites wrap up, how much I loved this book. I just feel so blessed to have been able to read this book early and fall in love with it. I just need this book to come out already, because I want everyone to obsess about it with me. I just love it so much. It's so good. I want to like throw this book at everyone and tell them to read it. But then I also don't want to share this book with anyone, because it's my baby and I don't want anyone to touch it. When this book comes out, go get it and obsess about it with me, please. These are all the books I've gotten at festivals this year, and I'm so proud of this. Even though this is a pretty small haul, last year when I went to the Festival of Books, I didn't get any books. I think I only got 1 book and that was it. And then I got a couple books signed, but that was it. And then this year I didn't even go to Yallwest, so I couldn't get books from there. And I'm just so happy with all the books I managed to get. Anyways, that's all for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Comment down below if you went to the Festival of Books or Yallwest. What books did you get at those festivals? Social media links are all down below. My Twitter, my Bookstagram, and my Goodreads. Au revoir!